Best birthday present. Nastia became best friends with another girl named Nastia at the Seventh-day Adventist school in Tokmak, Kyrgyzstan. Let's call the girls Nastya 1 and Nastya 2. Nastya 1 and Nastya 2 like to paint and draw with colored pencils. Nastya 1 and Nastya 2 like to sing. Nastya 1 and Nastya 2 like to read. But Nastya 1 liked to do one thing that Nastya 2 didn't do: go to church every Sabbath. One day, Nastya 1 told Nastia 2 that she was a Seventh-day Adventist and invited her to go to church together the next Sabbath. Why should I go to church? Nastia 2 thought. She didn't believe in God. She was certain that God didn't exist. After all, a loving God wouldn't have allowed her mother to die, leaving her to live with her grandparents. Turning to Nastia 1, who was waiting for answer to her invitation to attend church, Nastia 2 asked for time to think. Let's discuss it later, she said. Nastia 2 thought about the church for several days. She wanted to make Nastia 1 happy. She also wanted to see what people did at church. She asked grandmother for permission to go. Grandmother was furious. That church isn't ours, grandmother shouted. Why do you want to be like them? This conversation is over. 2 days later, Nastia 1 asked Nastia 2 whether she had made up her mind about going to church. I asked grandmother, and she said that I can't go, Nastia 2 said. Ask her if you can come to a youth meeting on Friday night, Nastia 1 said. I'd be very happy if you came. Nastia 2 waited a week for grandmother to calm down. Then she asked whether she could go to the youth meeting. Grandmother listened carefully to the request. When she learned that Nastia 1 would be at the meeting, she agreed. She liked Nastia 1. The next day, Nastia 1 and Nastia 2 went to the meeting at an Adventist pastor's home. The pastor and his wife led 9 teens in singing, and they read about Solomon in the Bible. Nastia 2 enjoyed the meeting, and the people were kind and friendly. She decided to go again. She attended the meetings nearly every Friday for 2 months. She wanted to go to church too. One Friday morning, the day before her birthday, she decided to ask grandmother for permission to go to church, but she was afraid that grandmother would be angry. She prayed, God, please help me to know about you. I want to know more about you. Then she went to grandmother. Tomorrow is my birthday, she said. As a present, could I go at least one time to church? Grandmother was not pleased, but she agreed to allow her to go. It's your life, she said. Do whatever you want. Nastia 2 loved the church. She especially liked Sabbath School. It was the best birthday present ever. It was one of the happiest days of my life, she said. I was able to learn more about God. Today Nastia doesn't go to church every week, because grandmother sometimes doesn't allow her. But she goes as often as she can. Now I believe in God, she said. Part of the 13th Sabbath offering 3 years ago, helped construct a gymnasium at Nastia's school in Tokmak, Kyrgyzstan. Thank you for supporting Adventist education in Kyrgyzstan and elsewhere in the Eurasian Division.